Thank you. What I think is, see, climate change is a quite vast topic, and then it is hard to relate all these local things with the global. And also, there are a lot of things happening at the global level that has to come to the local at some point. So it is a kind of very kind of complex structure that forms, and it is hard to communicate because everybody has to be communicated, and then there is a need of the separate ways to communicate because their level of understanding is quite different. So as I think, the large chunk of the general audiences, they are informed by the mass media like radio or television, online, or by the way, I mean the journalists are the people who are responsible or who have the ability to correspondence or communicate those things. And I think journalists have a bigger role, so they can be a breeze between the communities and the policymakers. So it depends, like everywhere. I mean, they are the breeze. For example, if you talk about a country, then they are the breeze between the national policymakers and the local community. But if you talk about a global perspective, for example, there are 200 head of the countries gathering in Paris or somewhere else. Then it is very important for them to understand before they decide. So I mean, as a person who can communicate from the communities to the global is like the journalist. So, I mean, my experience was like we can act like two-way, taking all this local perspective and all this information and all these things to the global level, and then extract something from there based on what we need actually. For example, if I'm a journalist from Nepal, I need much more information about adaptation. So I shouldn't much worry about what mitigation is, because for me, as a journalist, I should communicate to people about adaptation more than mitigation. So I believe that I can be a kind of a messenger to bring all these global perspectives or global happening things or activities to the local level, and then and act as a breeze. So that is what I think journalists can play a role.